Hi everyone, our journal page, and I'm working in this journal which I made from a paper pad of 240 grams per sheet. And I've already gessoed my page. I'm going to try a technique that's called a ghosting technique. Most of the time it doesn't work for me. I don't know why. Maybe it's only with delusions or something like that. I'm gonna try it with just plain acrylics, and I've picked three colors that I'm going to play today. I've got here Deco Art, a Fun Fuchsia, a Soft Coral, and Brilliant Blue. And I figured what the worst that could happen. I will try it. If not, either I will have interesting background, or I'll just have a mess that can always be covered with gesso. So I've picked this acrylics because they are more runny, and I hope that will make this technique work. So I'm putting a little bit here. I'm going to do small areas each time, so maybe then it will work for me. I've got this brush and it's wet. It's been here in a water jar, so I'm just putting down. I need more, and I have too much water, I think. With this technique, because I have tried it before, and as I said, it didn't work quite well for me. I think it's a balance between too wet and not enough wet. So I've got some baby wipe, I've got a stencil. I'm putting it here and just going and wiping. So that's what I've got left. Not brilliant, but okay. So I'm putting here again, and I'm, as you can see, less water this time. My brush is still wet, but I didn't add any water. So let's see maybe now how it will be. Again, just going like this. That's better. Okay, so maybe we'll have something. Not adding water. It seems like the Deco Art paints are runny enough and don't need more water. So again, just laying it down. It really doesn't matter. It's just building an interesting background. And I can also go into the white spaces and just continue. So I'm going to now let it dry so I can move to the next color, and we'll continue. Okay, so this is dry. I also dried my stencil, so I won't drag a color. And I'm moving to this soft coral paint, and once again putting down some paint. My brush is wet but not soaking wet. Also, I'm overlapping a little bit. Placing again, I'm going over I can see the areas with the fuchsia color, so I'm overlapping a little bit, so I have some blending. Yeah, like so. So next, this is quite a well light color, so it doesn't you can't see too much of the details from the stencil. Not great. As I said, something just doesn't quite work for me with this technique, but I'm going to let it dry, and I'm going to do just one more layer with the blue, and we'll see where it gets us. As a start, it's an interesting background, so we'll see. I'll be back. I'm back, and this is dry, and I'm gonna try to be brave and do the next layer. So I've got the blue here, and again my brush is wet. This is scary. Okay, here goes nothing. Okay, interesting. I'm not sure about it. So I'm taking just a little bit more water, and again doing the same thing here. Let's put this down like this. Okay, just one more here, and it's just layers. I'm already know that I want to do a lot of stenciling on top, so it really doesn't matter. And well, that's why I'm brave with this technique that doesn't really work that great for me. So just let's lay it here. I'm trying not to get in the paint. Okay. Okay, I like it, and I'm just going with the baby wipe that still have a bit of paint from the smearing, and I'm just going like this. Okay, I can live with this beginning of a background. I'm going to give it a blast from my heat tool, and we'll continue. There is going to be lots of stenciling. I'll be back. I'm back. So I want to stencil this image. I've masked just areas that I don't want it to be here. I've got some black acrylic paint here and some makeup sponge dabbing, and so I will have as little as I can on the sponge, so I won't have a spillage, and starting to dab and going about it real easy. Don't put pressure. Even if you see that it's only gray and not completely black, then do it gently, and then come back for a second layer. So just going like this. I'm going over where I think it's needed. As I said, better to go easy and put a second layer than have some major spillage underneath. I also dab again and again where I have like straight image from the sponge, so I don't want straight lines print whatever marks, so I just dab again and again until I've got a complete black. Almost done. I'm holding it here and lifting to see if I've got it okay. So if not and I need to fix something, I can always just bring it back and it's still in the same place. Yeah, so now I'm moving this and I'm taking a permanent black marker and I'm fixing what I want to fix or add. Like here I subtracted areas that I wasn't interested in. Then you can also just define things that you want and you can add whatever you want to this. Like here I wanted these lines, but it has another line here like she has some color on and I didn't like it. And here, here and here there are roses that are not interesting to me, so I eliminated them and as much as I can. And now I'm just adding where I want it. Like as I said, you can play with it and fix whatever you think needs fixing, or defined if your stenciling didn't come out as you want. So you can always go in with some permanent marker and do some fixing like I'm doing now. And this one's dry. Here I've got some spillage, so I'm correcting. Okay, so another marker. They are all dry. I'm just ruining my markers. Here we go. Just some fixing. Okay. All this just because I didn't want what I had here. So now I'm satisfied with her image, and what I have planned is stenciling lots and lots of words that I like. And first of all, I want to stencil here I'm an artist, and then I've got all the stencils with all kinds of words that I like, so everything is gonna get covered with words. Like here, as I said, is going to be I'm an artist, and now I want to start adding words that will reach from the edges of my page until I get to the image. So I need more, maybe not black. Yeah, let's switch to something else. I think maybe dark blue. Yeah, I'm going with dark blue for stenciling all the words. So like if I want like the word wonder that I have here, I'm placing it here on my page. Once again, taking paint, dabbing, and going easy about it. Yes, and I think maybe I also go with words in all kinds of direction. Yeah, so I've got quite a lot of work here stenciling. I'll do a few more just so you can see. No, I don't want this word, and I also want to use each time. It's good that I have all kinds of fonts here. I can't decide. Maybe I will just, it doesn't matter, I will add here play, although it goes you won't see the P, it's going outside the border, and I'll just stencil it no matter what. It's more of part of the background than something that needs to be a red. So I'm just going to continue stenciling. I'll be back. Okay, so it took me quite some time to stencil all the words, and as I went about it, I didn't like the dark blue, so I switched to black and just stencil the words with black. Now I'm using the same sponge with the black and just going over the edges just to frame my page and have some soft shading to the edges. And basically this is it. Don't know if I will try again this ghosting technique. Maybe I need to practice more and try other colors, other colors combinations. We'll see. So as you can see, just going over the edges. I'm going to finish and be back. Here we go, finished going over the edges. I'm quite pleased with the outcome, although I wasn't so sure about this technique. So here it is up close. And thank you for watching, and thank you for leaving me comments below. I'll be seeing you in my next video. Bye for now.